Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it's travel day today. I am all packed. I am just about to pack up this camera and then I'm off to the Sun Princess for our group cruise. And yeah, hoping to see some really fun Christmas decorations on this cruise as well. It is December after all. We'll see how they decorate the Sun Princess. We're on there. I hope you'll stay tuned and I'll show you around the ship during the holiday season. But we do have some cruise news today. We have another price hike coming from Carnival Cruise Lines. That's 2 in 2 days. We also have a new banned item on Royal Caribbean. They quietly snuck in the banned item list. We have another country introducing a cruise tax of a whopping nature as well. It just seems like there's an awful lot of stuff going on. We even have a cruise ship grounded and unable to move. So first off, just yesterday I announced that Carnival Cruise Line had raised their drink prices, right? They're no longer offering that cheaper price if you're sailing more than 6 days or more. They're now all the same price. So if you're on a normal sailing of 6 to 8 days, well then you're going to be paying the higher price no matter when you book your drink package. Well, they've also quietly just said, hey, guess what? Internet packages have gone up. No warning, no heads up to anybody, no chance to lock in the lower price. It's now more expensive, and guess what? It's gone up in some cases. Well, the cheaper one has gone up about 12%, but the premium's gone up a whopping 22% overnight almost. So yeah, no warning, no heads up, no nothing. We're just raising our prices so you can't lock in those prices and save some money. So a lot of people are a little unhappy with that situation. But speaking of the internet, Royal Caribbean has now banned another item, quietly snuck it onto their banned list items, and that is routers. Now, most people have routers in their home for their internet, their Wi-Fi, but you can also buy travel routers, which you can plug in, and it uses an eSIM card, and you can have your own private Wi-Fi and not need to hook up to the internet on the cruise ships. Well, they're put that on the list now. And they just call it routers. So that kind of opens the door to interpretation, which means they can say, you know what, we consider that a router, or we consider that a satellite dish, or we consider that a security thing. They can actually start just confiscating some things that they don't want on there, and I'm guessing they absolutely don't want anybody on there. Well, for one thing, the Wi-Fi may interfere with the ship's technical side. I'm not sure what it would involve. They always tell you on a plane to put your phone on airplane mode. That's not because it's going to make the plane crash or anything. It's because sometimes when something goes through on the cell phone, it actually goes through the pilot's headset. And they can hear crackling and noise and interference, and it interferes with them trying to have communications with each other and as well as, ground control. So it's not that the plane is going to go, oh my God, somebody's on the phone and start doing this. It's actually because it goes through the pilot's headset. And who knows what a router might do on a cruise ship as well. Might not cause big problems, but it could cause just annoying problems for the cruise ship. But it also makes you have to buy the Wi-Fi if you want to be on the internet, which also could be another reason this gets put there as well. Well, that's price hikes. We have another price hike. That's right. I'm full of good news going into the holiday season, aren't I, with this one? Whew. There is, we all know now, we've talked about it, Mexico is going to be charging $42 a person every time you stop in a Mexican port. Well, Greece is now doing it again as well, and we kind of suspected this was coming, but starting in 2025, just a few short days away now, they will be charging $21 a head when you stop in Santorini and Mykonos. So those are the two most popular stops in Greece that everybody wants to get to. And so they're going to charge you $21 a person each time you stop there as well, which will, of course, have to at some point be passed on to us in expenses. That seems to be the way things always go, as we always end up having to flip the bill. And it's not like cruising's inexpensive right now. Cruising is at an all-time high in costs. It's just going through the roof. I do have some good news though. We have some good news coming from Norwegian Cruise Line in Miami, as they have now just signed a contract with the Port Authority and everything, that they are expanding the parking area there. They're taking over the garage, offering more parking for people in Miami heading to the cruise ports. Sometimes those areas in Miami are very hard to get into for your parking. So it's nice if they add more cruise port parking, and hopefully not at too outlandish of a price, but at least it's a convenient place to park. You don't have to try and find an off-site place or leave it at a hotel or take an Uber from your home a mile away. You can park at the cruise port. And finally, I have a story about a cruise ship that, well, before I get there, let me just ask you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the countries that are giving us new taxes that we're going to have to pay when we go there, to raising of prices that you might not even know about until you get on the ship and say, hey, wait a minute, last week it was this price, now it's this price. I try and keep you as best informed I can. Try and give you the good side of cruising, the bad side of cruising, the awkward side of cruising, and the fun side of cruising. I really hope you'll tune in next week, because we're going to have a blast on the Sun Princess. Again, it doesn't cost anything, but it really does help the channel out when you hit that subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, and again, I really do appreciate it. Okay, so over in Egypt, we had a river cruise ship going down the Nile, and unfortunately, it grounded itself. It got stuck on a sandbar or something and was unable to move. They ended up having to call in a specially designed tugboat with which was monitored by not only the cruise ship captain and everything, but special engineers to make sure there was no damage done to the ship and no danger to the passengers at the same time. And they slowly, eventually got it off the sandbar after quite a while waiting. So the good thing is they're on their ship. They're still having their drinks, their dinners, their cocktail party, etc. It carries about 60 passengers on board. It's a smaller river cruise ship going up and down the Nile. They're not huge ships normally. But the good news is everybody is safe, everybody's sound. There seems to have been no damage done to the cruise ship itself, and it's continuing on its journey. So it's just one of those things. You get stuck, you're stuck there, they remove you, then things happen. You have a story to tell when you got back home. Hey, we were on a trip and guess what? We got stuck. Let me tell you about it. It's actually part of the fun of traveling when you get to discuss things that happen that don't normally happen. Well, let me know in the comments down below. Do you think the banning of the router was money related, or do you think it's interference to the machinery related? And how about Carnival raising another item the second day in a row without really announcing it to anybody? Leave a comment down below, and until next time, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and great vacation.